Hi, my name is Sarah Bhalla, and this is my arts management final presentation. Alright, so for this semester, I created an organization called Lights Up, which is a performing arts nonprofit that's located in Boston. It specializes in the production and performance of the theater arts with hopes of democratizing art for the community. Our mission statement is the Lights Up organization is dedicated to the democratization of the theatrical arts in order to instill creativity and empathy in members of the Boston community. By seeking to make theater more economically realistic and inclusive, Lights Up empowers audiences and artists alike with exposure to bold, innovative, and diverse ideas. So here are our primary programs. So our biggest program is the regular theatrical season, which is 6 different musicals and plays each year. And this is a range of different types of plays, from family shows to more adult shows. And we try to feature a range of more classically popular musicals like Oklahoma and more indie, if you will, musicals like Sunday in the Park with George. Secondly, we have our children's series, and these are 4 to 5 productions each year for elementary to middle school age children. And we have a lot of field trips where kids will come out to see our shows. We have special weekend performances for them, and we try to bring children into theater at a young age. And then lastly, we have our education-based programs, which are 4 different sets of programming with the intent of furthering performing arts knowledge and learning. Alright, so our 4 education-based programs. So first we have Expedition Theater, which is a day-long kids event which teaches theater to Boston youth. The kids involved get to see one of our children's series plays, and then learns different lessons about theater, such as stage directions, how to read a script, what a monologue is, and then finally gets to create and perform a scene of their own. Then we have our master class, which is specialized performance discussion over main stage shows. So this is for mainly adults, but we will have special featured ones for children. And we'll have some kind of person who is somehow knowledgeable or experienced in an area relating to the musical that we are presenting. For example, if we are performing A Diary of Anne Frank, we might have a representative from the Holocaust Museum to teach about the Holocaust and World War II. Next, we have the Emerging Creatives Festival, and this is a summer festival for young artists to produce their own plays and gain exposure. We welcome all kinds of young people who are anything from playwrights to composers to actors to lighting designers and costume designers to produce their own plays and get featured on our main stage. And then we have our children's performances, which is a subset of the children's series, and these include traveling performances that go to local Boston schools to teach inner city kids about theater. Okay, next we have our fundraising events. So we have At Rise, which is an annual performance for donors for the next theatrical season, is announced. We get special performances from some of our actors from our resident company, where they will perform songs from upcoming shows. And then we have our holiday concerts, and these are free holiday concerts for employees of our corporate partners, just a little way to say thank you. And then we have silent auctions, which are specialized auctions that feature props from past shows, special tickets, and backstage surprises like VIP tours, conversations with directors, actors, and so on. Alright, so the artistic planning method. So we have the long-term plan. So we kind of combine all these different approaches. So we use the long-term plan to essentially give us a good idea of what is going to happen in the future, what we want to see happen, the direction we would like to see Lights Up go in for the next 5 years. We also use the investigative approach, which is a survey-focused method of planning where we ask essentially the community what they want from our organization. We also generally stay pretty board-focused, where our board members have the final say over different plans we do, different events, although they do take quite a lot of influence from our managing director and our top team. We're very expansion-minded. We've grown a lot over the past couple of decades, and we hope to continue growing to further our impact. And we also use the interaction approach, which is another survey-heavy method of planning, where we're essentially asking the community what can be improved from past events, what they like and don't like, and how we can better our programming. And then lastly, we're data-driven, so we're using our survey data to spot potential problem areas and improve our organization in the future. And then we have our evaluation system for educational programming. So we both use qualitative and quantitative means. So our qualitative means would be directly asking students about what their favorite activities are, what plays they enjoy, what types of activities, what types of performances they are interested in, what they like, what they don't like, and how we can improve. And then we have the quantitative side where we email guardians and parents of attendees post-event and ask them more about administrative stuff. So for example, we might ask them, was check-in easy? Could drop off and pick up be improved? Or are there any more administrative issues that could be fixed? And then we have the budget and financial planning. So we have 4 main areas of our budget. So we have administrative staff, and 27% of the budget goes toward this permanent staff, $2.6 million a year. Then we have our venue. Our venue is owned by Lights Up, so only we're paying for more maintenance costs, water, power, more marginal costs. That's about $1.6 million a year. Then we have our artistic contractors, which is the biggest part of our budget, and 36% of our total budget goes toward artist pay, which is about $3.5 million annually, and then about $2.7 million goes to advertising and materials. Next, we have our funding. So we get funding from 2 different sources. So we both rely on donors, corporate partners, and government grants. So Lights Up is a 501c3 organization, so we're very reliant on these donations and grants to further our work. And then we also do get money from ticket sales, as we have 6 productions, main stage productions each year, in a pretty large house, which allows us to get a fair amount of income from ticket sales, although we try to keep our ticket pricing as low as possible to make it more accessible. And then last but not least, my class takeaways. So one of the most important things I've learned this year is how to craft a mission statement, what a mission statement truly is, because I had kind of previously only associated mission statements with organizations themselves, but I really enjoy learning about the concept of having a personal mission statement to write for yourself and write for your own beliefs and your own ideas, to be able to better identify with an organization that would fit that. Secondly, the artistic planning aspect. I had no idea that there were even different types of artistic planning, much less that there are so many different ones, and they're all so detailed in intricate different ways. And I think that'll be really helpful in the future for me in furthering my own career. And then the financials. The financial aspects of anything can be incredibly confusing, but especially for a not-for-profit organization, or even creating your own organization and learning about how taxing works, learning about how to fill out all these different forms, how to make sure you're doing everything correctly. That was incredibly helpful. Thank you so much for watching my presentation. I've learned so much this semester, and I really cannot wait to put it to use. Hopefully, coronavirus will go away due to a vaccine soon, and we can safely begin performing theater again and enjoying it. Thank you so much.